Hey guys, welcome to Acne Chef. My name is Thomas Grabowski and I wanted to jump on today and share a little video with you today about how you can help clear up your skin using real whole food recipes. Now again, clearing up your skin isn't so simple. It's not a really black and white approach. It's actually very individualized. So the way I use these recipes for myself and the foods I eat may not necessarily be the foods that are going to be best for you. So it's really important to understand that everybody's different. So it's not just that everybody is different, but every body is different. So the way I metabolize foods and the way you metabolize foods are going to be completely different. So it's really important to understand which foods are going to be optimal for your health and well-being. So how does one optimize their health and well-being? Well, that really begins with understanding what your metabolic type is. So what is metabolic typing then? So metabolic typing is under the assumption that we are all unique and different and that our bodies metabolize nutrients different on a body-to-body basis. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, foods that I digest and assimilate may not necessarily be the optimal foods that you digest and assimilate. Conversely, if you take one diet that's found in an indigenous culture, such as up north where people eat a lot of high-fat diet, may not necessarily work for another individual that maybe eats foods that are in the tropics and they consume a lot of high fruit and high starch diet. So essentially in metabolic typing, there are three different categories. You're either a protein type, a carb type, or a mixed type. So essentially we are all wired differently genetically, structurally, hierarchically, cellularly, externally, and any kind of OE that you can imagine possible. So every single one of us has a unique genetic blueprint and we're all very dispositioned to different kinds of food substances and we all come from different geographical regions of the world. That's going to affect how we metabolize, digest, assimilate, and eliminate the foods that we consume. So essentially metabolic typing is the unique metabolic blueprint that we are all predispositioned to that can optimize our health and well-being depending on which foods we consume. So what does that mean to you? So essentially there's three different types of categories that we can fall into. So depending on your ancestry and how you score on a metabolic typing test, you're either going to fall into one of the three categories: protein dominance, carbohydrate type dominance, or mixed type. So we either can be on one end of the spectrum, we're either more of a protein dominant type of person. These are people who optimize nutrients better when it's a high fat, high protein diet and don't do very well off of grains and fruit and legumes. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have your plant-based or carbohydrate-based type of diet people. These people fare better off of grains, legumes, fruits, and high quality starches, and a little bit of protein, but primarily these types of people do better off of higher carb diets, so more starches, fruits, and vegetables, and light grains. Or you can be a mixed type where you fall in between a combination of both protein and carbohydrate type diet. Now, depending where you fall on the spectrum, you can either be on one end of the extreme. You can either be more protein type dominant, or you can be more carbohydrate based dominant. However, we all fall somewhere in between on the spectrum, leaning more towards one end or the other. That's why when people who eat a high protein diet, when they switch over to a more plant-based diet, they begin to feel better, they begin to feel lighter, they begin to get their energy back, they start having that vitality again, their libido increases substantially, they feel good, they have high energy, and they attest it to the true nature of the plant-based diet. The same may happen for people who are eating a plant-based diet. They may feel very sick, lethargic, and weak, but once introducing some animal protein into their diets, they start to improve, their concentration improves, their energy stabilizes, and they begin to feel a little more wholesome. So metabolic typing is recognizing where you fall on the spectrum and which type of diet works best for you. So metabolic typing is all about understanding where you fall on the spectrum and which metabolic typing diet works best for you. You can learn more about the metabolic typing diet in the Metabolic Typing Diet book by William Wolcott and Trish Fahey, or you can read a more simplified version of the Metabolic Typing Diet in Paul Chek's book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. These are two resources I highly recommend if you want to learn how to clear up your skin, because it essentially helps you find what your metabolic type is, and you can eat a diet around that type of eating. A lot of my recipes are a variety of both protein type and carbohydrate and mixed type recipes because I fall somewhere between all of the spectrum because I am purely a mixed type individual. So I am able to cater to people who are more on the protein type diet, or they may be on the carbohydrate based diet, Or what you can do is start being creative and introducing some protein type diet foods with carbohydrate based diet foods to find your unique metabolic type and eat within your metabolic range. When doing so, you're going to have optimal health, you're going to start feeling better, your acne is begin to clear up, your energy levels are going to improve, you're going to have a higher sex drive, your performance in the gym is going to improve, your overall clarity and mental clarity is going to improve as well, your health and vitality is going to improve, you're overall going to be a happier, healthier, and more wholesome person. So if you want to learn more about this kind of content, feel free to follow me on my YouTube channel, just like this.